Welcome to the Greater Bethlehem Temple Apostolic Church Christian Education Virtual Vacation Bible School. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into our craft today. And so just make sure that you have everything, and you should have picked up your Vacation Bible School bag, and this is where your craft was in that bag, okay? So we'll get started. Just make sure you have everything laid out. What you're going to need is tape, scissors, the safe ones of course, some crayons, I got washable markers, color pencils if you have color pencils, so you can color your house, you can make it personal, you can put a design on it and just kind of do whatever you want to do with it, okay? And then one very important thing that you do need, you need a helper, a bigger sister or brother that can help you. That would be great, okay? So lay your things out. You need a table or something hard so you can sit things on, so when we get done, it can have a place to sit on to dry, okay? So you ready to get started? All right. Okay, are we ready? So we got everything laid out. We know that all of our pieces are here, so let's get started, okay? What we're going to do, we're going to start with the bird feeder first, and you want to take your tape and you want to put it on each of your corners. So you're going to take that tape, you're going to pull it off, and you're going to put a tape on each, two pieces on each corner, two going this way and two going this way. Okay, each corner, a piece going this way and a piece going this way in the same way. And what this will do is to help hold our pieces in place while we put our wood glue on there. So you go ahead and do that, and that's for the bird feeder. And also for the bird house, we're going to do the same thing. I went ahead and got started so I can show you, since I'm working on two things at a time. We're going to take that tape and we're going to put it here and here on the long side, and here and here. And you have two pieces to do that to, because these are our sides, the sides of our bird house. So put two pieces of tape on each side and have it sticking out, okay? All right. So once you have that done, we're going to take the bird feeder first. And we have two long sides, and these are just a little bit shorter than those. So we're going to take those two short ones, and we're going to lay it down evenly on that end of that piece of wood, and we're going to take that one piece of tape on each end and fold it over just on the sides. We're going to take the other piece and lay it down, and we're going to pull that tape up. And this is to help your hands, keep your hands a little bit freer, so you're not trying to hold these pieces while you're putting on the wood glue. Okay, so I'm going to turn it this way because I'm going to put my longer sides on. And for those that are working with the birdhouse, we're going to do the same thing. The longer pieces, you're going to sit on the side of that. Okay, looks like something is trying to stick to my hand. And a little rub. The other long piece on the other side. And it's not going to be, it's going to overlap the floor. It's not going to be even like the other two pieces are, because they're shorter. You're going to rub it. And then also what you want to do is take those sides and put a piece on each corner of that. So we're going to do that. And that's going to help hold that up, giving you time to put that wood glue in place. And this is where the little ones need their helper, because their fingers are a little bit smaller and their hands are a little bit smaller. And those motor skills are a little bit, there we go. And that's how it should look when you get done. See that? Okay, so I'm going to set that over to the side while you finish working on that. And for the ones that are doing the house, this is what we're doing. You got your tape on, right? So you're going to take the back of the house, and that edge there, you're just going to lay it right even with the side. And take that tape and pull it tight, rub it. Pull it tight, rub it. And that's how it's going to look. See that? That's how it's going to look. And then you can do the same with the front. You're going to even it up. There we go. And you're going to put that tape on there and pull that tape. Rub it, rub it. Just kind of helps hold it in place. And so now I have my 3 walls up. I'm going to put the other side up. Okay? And you're doing the same thing. Tape it, and tape it. All right. Okay. It looks like it doesn't want to stay. So I'm going to reinforce it with a little bit more, because I don't want that tape to come loose when I'm putting in the wood glue, okay? And I want a nice snug fit. So I'm going to pull that a little bit tighter. There we go. And you can do the same thing. If you see that your tape is not tight enough and there's like a more gap in there than it should be, then just put a little bit more tape on it, because you don't want the wood glue to come through there. You want it to hold it together. And this one has like a little bit more gap in there. See, can you see that? So I'm going to put just a little bit more tape on that just to bring it together a little bit tighter, okay? And we're just about ready for our wood glue. There we go. All right. There we go. So now what we're going to do, you should have wood glue. That's your wood glue, okay? So we're going to take that wood glue. We're going to open it up. And this is also where you little ones, you need help. This is where you need your helper. But for your big kids, you can do this on your own. But be careful, because what you're doing in the corners, you're squeezing that wood glue in the corners. And you don't need a lot, just like one straight line of it in the corner, right in the seam. And I'm putting it right in the corners. Right in the corners of the house. I'm not going to put it on the outside because I have the tape on the outside. So I'm putting it on the inside to hold it together. And so this has to dry. So I'm going to sit this right down right here and let that dry. I'm going to do the same thing, and it's the same glue for those who have glue with theirs. And I'm going to do the same thing with the floor of the bird feeder. I'm going to put the glue, and the glue. Okay? And once again, this has to dry as well. So I'm just going to sit that over to the side. Now, how you doing? Doing okay? Need a little time? Okay. Go right ahead. And make sure that tape is on there tight, because that holds it together while you put that glue in there. It kind of frees up your fingers a little bit more, okay? All right. You ready? All right, so let's move. Now, these 4 items here, and they're all the same size, these are the roof for the birdhouse. And what we're going to do is, let's sit this over to the side while that's drying. We're going to sit those 2 together, and we're going to put these 2 together. And we're going to take 2 pieces of tape for each. We're going to make sure they're together real tight, and we're going to tape it. A piece right there, and it doesn't have to be a big piece. And a piece right here, okay? And when you get done, that's how it's going to look. See that? And it helps hold it together so you can put your wood glue on this side. So let's put some tape on the other one. Make sure they're nice and even and together, okay? All right. And once again, that's how it's going to look. Now, I'm going to put wood glue on it so these 2 can stick together too, but I'm going to do it on the other side, the side where the tape is not, okay? So I'll take my glue, and I'm just going to take 1 line right down the middle of that, and then 1 line down the middle of this one. And that tape is going to hold that in place until that glue dries. And so I'm going to sit this over to the side so it can dry, okay? This is my floor, so I'm not going to do anything with it yet until this dries. And then that way I can handle it a little bit more, okay? Now, getting back over here with my bird feeder, while this is drying, I can still go ahead and put the post in place. I'm not going to pick this up because I don't want to disturb the glue that I've already put on there, all right? So what I'm going to do, and that's why it's good to have it on a real hard surface so it won't fall over or tilt over or anything like that. I'm going to put some glue on the bottom of my post. See that? And then I'm going to find the center of my bird feeder. Put some glue on that. That's good right there. And then I'm going to put just a little bit more on my post. Okay, see that? All right. And I'm just going to stand it up right in that glue, just like that. See that? And I'm not going to pick it up because I don't want it to fall because it's not dry yet. But when it gets dry, it's going to be in there really good. All right. And while that's drying, these are the 2 pieces that are going to go on the very top. Just like on your picture. That's the roof. But we're not going to put these on yet. But while we're waiting, guess what we could do? We can put a design on them. You can do rainbows. You can do scripture. Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 13. When you seek me, you will find me. When you search for me with all your heart. You can put that on. You can write it on the rooftop because it's just so wonderful to share. Or you can just color it. You can put on the find truth. You find Jesus. You find Jesus. You find truth. And you can color it. Or you can put on there, Jesus saves. You can do that. Shout it out. Shout it out on the rooftop. But design them. Put some color on them. And then when these dry too, you can turn those over and you can do the same thing. So we're going to let those dry, okay? All right. And we'll finish up on tomorrow.